Yo, 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 what's going on? Eric Kelly, aka the Tech Gentleman, back with another lunch with the Tech Gent. Do a quick little sound check and we're gonna get going. Hop on here and see what we got. If y'all are in the chat, holla at your boy. Turn this down just a little bit, see how that go. Thank you, thank you. So, baby, appreciate you for stopping through. Hola, what's going on, Justin? Appreciate you, man. Just gonna keep sharing this link out right quick. We're gonna get into it. So we are live. Top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning, top of the morning. All right. So and I know this is at a different time, but so I'm gonna go ahead and just for all the replay people, anybody that's coming in, um, welcome to Lunch with the Tech Gent. This is a kind of rough draft of the plans I have for the future, but as of right now, um, the normal time is going to be 11:30 on Wednesdays. Had a little setback this week, but still on here. Still want to be able to get out here and touch you guys and update you on what the plans are. So lunch with the Tech Gent, not just cell phone footage or not just cell phone content, but also just anything tech, gaming, AI, smart home stuff, electric cars, anything under the sun. Just to kind of give you an idea of the topics that we'll be covering. Home audio, any kind of audio, really. Those are things that I'm really down to discuss. If y'all have anything that y'all want to discuss as well, anything you're curious about, definitely drop them off in the comments. You can hit me on social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, even TikTok. I have links for that in the description as well. But I'm going to go ahead and get into it because I know this is a interesting time of the day. It's supposed to be lunch with the Tech Gent. It's a little after lunch. So unless you're taking like a long lunch or something like that, you'll probably be a part of the replay crew. So I don't want to keep you guys waiting. So let's go ahead and hop into a couple of topics I got. So one of the first topics I want to talk about, where's it at? If I can find my notes here. Uh, Obviously, I'm a part of Team Pixel, right? So for me, Pixel season is just a little bit more exciting. It's because I usually get a chance to kind of get some more insight into the thought process behind new devices from Google and Team Pixel. So upcoming, we have the Pixel 6 and the Pixel 6 Pro. Google's going back to that kind of 1-2 tandem of a large device and a smaller device. As of right now, the hopes for the cameras are huge right now. They're humongous. Um, Hopping into the chat, just want to give a shout out to fellow Team 100 members. Got Mr. Phone Tech at work in the building. What's up? Mr. BG Tech Life in the building. What's going on, man? Appreciate y'all for stopping through as well. Just kind of giving everybody a layout of what's to come and kind of a couple of topics I got to cover. Obviously, Team Pixel, their fellow Team Pixel members. Um, Pixel season. So like I said, we got two Pixels. We got the Pixel 6 and we got the 6 Pro. So this year, the hype for the cameras is unreal. There have been some people that have kind of mentioned messing with the phone and the cameras that blow everything else away, like iPhone 13, S21 Ultra. Is saying that it just is miles better. Of course, that's subjective depending on the type of output you like from your photos. But I think it would be easy to say that if on a phone like the Pixel 5, where Google is using 3-4 year old sensor hardware, it's still discussed or in the discussions for best photos. That once they upgrade to this new camera hardware, um, the sky's the limit almost, right? When they came out with their first phone, it kind of like set the mobile photography world on fire, especially introducing their, computational photography and kind of just the way they were using algorithms to actually detect what's in scenes and actually render based on what it was detecting. So if it's grass, it knows it's grass, it renders it a certain way. Google just has so much data and analytics that them using that and leveraging that database really kind of jumped them ahead of the game a lot. What else we got? Oh, hey, mama in the stream. She said, "Love my stage. Thank you, thank you." What else we got? Oh, they asked about the merch in the chat, man. We're gonna have to get some merch popping. Yeah, BG says he's ready to get his hands on it. Me too, man. I'm really I'm excited for it. I haven't been excited for many other phones. I skipped we got the S21 in the house, but for the most part, the S series just kind of lost its luster once I started messing with the folds. Anybody who has a fold kind of let you know that that's just the way it goes. Once you go fold, it's difficult to go back, man. It's just another level of tech usage that you just can't get on any other platform. Normally, I get a Note every year. Even last year, I got the Note 20 Ultra, but I ended up selling it and grabbing a Z Fold 2. Just for me, just having two huge phones like that wasn't practical. But um, and there's also a rumor that Google's supposed to be coming out with some sort of folding device as well. There have been some, just some stuff in the Android 12 beta that kind of leads people to believe that they're starting to accommodate for folding devices. So we'd be very interested. It would be crazy if when they unveil the Pixel 6 and 6 Pro, they hit us with the one more thing and brought out some sort of Google foldable, right? That'd be crazy. Uh let's see. Phone Take Word says the tech philosopher Eric Kelly. Oh yeah, man. It's always deeper than rap, man. So these companies are always strategizing and they're 2 to 3 years ahead of the game as far as their plans and what they have on the scene and stuff. So you gotta they're playing chess all the time with the moves. They give you a little spoonful of something, get you hooked, and then they'll just kind of dole it out over a couple of years, upgrading every little bit. Apple kind of perfected that. Everybody else was doing like drastically different phones every year, but Apple was like, no, we're going to make this money. We're going to print up this one design and we're going to milk it for a couple of years, making small tweaks and stuff like that. So yeah, it's nothing new at all. Let's see. BG says, "Oh, my baby says, that's right. Phone take at work. I'm going to have to make my own at this point." Yeah, BG's about the ball on that merch, man. We supposed to be getting that merch going. BG says, "Setup looking clean and spacious." Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate it, man. I managed to find a clean wall with nothing on it that I could post up against just for a little bit of effect. Uh, Phone Tech says, LMAO. Eric says he needs an 85-inch for the stream office. Yeah, it is what it is, man. That's what's gonna work out best. 85 inches, per Alan Anthony, man. We'll have to work on that. Andrew Stud in the building, another Team 100 member down in there in sunny Florida. Says, looking good, bro. You look like you're in left field. Look like I'm in left field, man. Hey, them games be looking good, man. I know what cameras y'all to switch to out there. But those games are looking crispy, extra crispy, especially in 4K. Got Easy in the building. What's going on, man? Make sure if y'all not checking them out, check out Easy's Wine Wednesday stream. He streams every Wednesday night. He's been, one of the most consistent in the game, one of the hardest working dudes I know, man. Check out Easy for real. But yeah, man, if y'all got any questions about the Pixels, anything y'all interested in, are y'all gonna grab a Pixel? That's what I want to know. Pixel Pro or Pixel 6, the baby. Which one? And what features are y'all most excited about? I know, even though Google's been making commercials, that for the most part, a lot of the features that Google's going to bring are going to be software oriented. So stuff with Google Assistant and just kind of what they're doing with ambient awareness and detecting your voice and location. They're always kind of trying to come up with some interesting way to make our lives easier by using the info that the phone gathers. So let me know if you guys are excited about something, man, with the Pixel. Like I said, it's Pixel season. Android Stud says crispy goodness. Appreciate it, man. And this is 720p. So hey, I'm ready. I'm already looking at how to get 4K out of this bad boy. I'm just curious how much battery life it's gonna have. BG says it's still Z Flip 3 season. Hey, that flip came out strong, man. Hey, Ashley will attest to it. That Flip 3, that was almost a no-brainer, man. When you got a folding phone that you get so used to use like a regular phone, you forget to fold it up sometimes when you put it in your pocket. They did something right. It's really no compromise. Yeah, Ashley rocking that pink flip, that exclusive joint. She says I'm not getting the Pixel. I already have the best phone in existence. Team Z Flip. Hey, it's hard to argue with that, man. As far as just a regular phone, is that Flip is great, man. It really is. Samsung knocked it out the park. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about was next gen consoles, right? So the consoles have been out for a while, almost a year at this point. Definitely been some ups and downs, especially across both platforms. But I think that at this point, it's still hard to say that Sony isn't winning, right? Whether you look at the resale market and which consoles are demanding more money, the PS5 definitely is at the top of the heap with that. I've been seeing prices of around 7 to 750 for the discless version, right? And that joint is $399 retail. So the fact that people out here getting almost double the price, it's a strong resale market. The chip shortage does have something to do with that, but at the end of the day, it's pretty much like this every year. It's hard to get new consoles. This year, it's been a little bit rougher because for a lot of people, it's been an online only experience just because of COVID. So you haven't had people that's able to wait in line and camp out and like take a day off and know like if I wait this long, then I'll probably get one. You're just online fighting the bots and all of that. It's been terrible, man. But yeah, so let's take a look at the comments. BG said that flip make me feel like James Bond Johnson. Definitely the Black James Bond with that flip going on, man. Um, let's see. Phone Take at Work says I'm more curious what the major difference would be for the 6 and the Pro. That's a good question, man. Especially with Pixel, especially with Google using their own chips. It's definitely we got to see if they're gonna put the money where their mouth is. They've obviously been investing a lot of money in advertising. We're seeing commercials for the phone before the phone even launches, which is basically unheard of. You might have some people that kind of offer a teaser, like they show a silhouette. I mean, they've been literally showing the whole phone. Like you can go look at the phone. They got one up in the store in New York where you can go and look at the physical phone, not touch it, but it's behind glass and all of that, man. So I guess they said after the past couple of years where you'd have people in Russia unboxing a whole crate load of their phones a month before they even launch it, they would get out ahead of it and try to steer the talk or whatever. So I don't fault them for that at all. BG Teglight says, bruh, he says Sony cuts this man a check. Hey man, don't hate, man. Don't hate. Sony doing their thing, man. As of right now, if you look at what you can currently play that are next gen games, Xbox ain't got none. Y'all are playing a whole lot of, Game Pass games. Y'all playing cross-platform stuff. At this rate, the Xbox Series X is the best Xbox One game playing machine on the planet right now. Just because it upscales all of them to 1K, 120 hertz and auto HDR and all that stuff, man. It is what it is, man. Like when your Halo drops, when your Forza drops, then we can come back and revisit the conversation. But they still got a long way to go though, because PlayStation is, already been hitting us with the exclusives, and they're AAA exclusives, right? Spider-Man 2, Wolverine, um, you got a Forspoken. So we got a mix of, you know, IPs that have a long lineage of being great. And also we got brand new IPs that have never been done before. So it's good over here in Sony land, man. We kind of see the writing on the walls. We know we're gonna get top tier games all day. Uh so my mom said, "What's up, Doc?" Oh, okay. Hey, so it's my father-in-law. Mr. Terry Candle's going on. Appreciate you for stopping through as well. Andrew Stud says Sony wins. BD Tech, like I said, this is a commercial now. Nah, man, it's just, I'm just stating the facts, man. That's all it is. Just so happens that the facts tend to paint Sony as the best place to game right now. But it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. It's out of my hands, man. For real. But after a year, the question I wanted to pose for everybody that has a next gen console is, do you feel like, compared to previous console launches, so when we look back at PS4 and Xbox One launch, or the PS3 and 360, do you feel like this year has been a stronger launch, meaning it's easier to see, the differences between PS5 and Xbox Series X versus what was out last generation? Like, have the companies done a good job of making that difference clear before you got the console? And then once you got it, were you able to easily say, like, yeah, this is definitely better than what I had in the past? Because I know last generation, the PS4, I bought one and I ended up selling it because there were no games. And even the games you played, you'd have to like take screenshots and look at the screenshots to see a difference. Visually, it wasn't that much of an upgrade because you're going from a 720p console to a 1080p console. So this one, let me know. Let me know what you guys are feeling right now. I know Mr. Phone Tech at work. He's touched every console under the sun right now, and I know BG he's an Xbox man. So let me know what y'all think. Stud says, "I like that black pixel or a white one." Yeah, man. I really need that Panda in my years, man. I mean, in my life. I don't have my 2XL around here nowhere right now, but that black and white color scheme, that's just my cup of tea, man. I like that color scheme. I black and white everything. If I can, matte black, make it good, man. So BG says PS4 is out for 10 years. Yeah, man. It was out for a while, and it was the first time that they had to actually do a mid-generation hardware update, right? So every other console generation, they dropped the console, and when it came out, it held its own for a duration of time. But man, I think that just with display technology increasing so much, and the PC games increasing so much along with that, they had to come up with something. That's where you got the Xbox One X. That's where you got the PS4 Pro, just to try to take advantage of the fact that you can walk in a Walmart now and buy a 4K TV for $250. I mean, if you really to go bottom of the barrel, I mean, you might be able to leave out with one for like 180. Now it's gonna look like a finger painting, and it's probably gonna have quality issues, but that's just the price point that the 4K resolution is at. So consoles definitely had to step up the bar on that front, and also on the frame rate front too. Games have been struggling to hit 30 FPS. Now 60 is the new floor, right? Every game that comes out has to have 60. That's a part of the new generation in my book. Let's see. Uh K Shine Lawyer in the building. What's going on with you, man? Appreciate you for stopping through. The Ish in the building. What's up, man? What's going on, fellow audio enthusiast in the building, man? Phone Take at Work says season 6 of COD is out right now. Just got the notification. Yeah, man. I was playing that Battlefield beta earlier, man. It's looking bad for Call of Duty this year because that Vanguard is not where it's at. Phone Take at Work says Ashley needs to be modded up. Oh, for sure, man. Since we're getting back in this, we're gonna do it right. I definitely got to get her mod rights. I gotta get a couple of y'all mod rights too. Um, see, Android Stud says hit that thumbs up button, party people. For real, man. If y'all not subscribed and you here, it's your first time coming through, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I'd appreciate it. got regular content going up, man. And I always talk to the people, man. You leave me a comment or a question on the video, I'm hitting you up. I got videos from 8 years ago that people leave a comment on. I make sure to get back with them, man. The Ish is putting together a gaming vid for the Pixel 5a. Okay, yeah, that would be interesting, man. I didn't touch a 5a this year. I do have a 5 though, and it's been interesting. I got the Razer Kishi controller attachment that I tried on it, and it does pretty well, man. I wasn't playing like COD or anything like that, but just for other games that have been out for a while for Android, that 700 series processor, it holds its own. It does heat up though. I can't lie about that. It does get a little warm. Um, Ashley says she just dropped a 100. I think she agrees that she should be modded up. So yeah, so we'll get that worked out. Might have to go in here and take care of that right quick. But man, just get a little feedback. I see we got 11 people watching right now. We've been on for 20 minutes. Is this a better time for y'all? Like, this is probably my strongest, one of my strongest streams, especially since I haven't been doing them consistently. Y'all just feeling extra supportive today, or this time really just work out better? Maybe you back at your desk, or whatever you have going on in the middle of the day. Ate, and now you ready to relax with your boy. Give me some feedback on that, if you don't mind. BT Tech Light says the blue G91 Pro not bad either. Hey man, let me know drop the specs on that, man. I know you the blue guru. I don't think I've touched a blue phone in years, but they sent me one a couple years back. But it's been a minute since I touched a blue phone, man, for real. She still says love the setup watching on my computer at work during lunch. I got you. What's the setup? Sony ZV-1, Yeti mic, laptop, or Mac, lights. So I got two umbrellas right here, kind of angled off from directly in front of me. I got the ZV-1 that you guys are watching me on. Of course, the audio is coming through the Blue Yeti. Using a Lenovo right now, kind of mid-range i5, 8 gig of RAM. Running the Windows 11 beta. So, I got my fingers crossed that it don't, go crazy. But it's been holding up pretty well though. See. Ashley says, I'm going to watch you whenever you're on. Oh, I appreciate that. Feel like you're trying to butter me up. Phone Take at Work says, I'm off Wednesday, so I'm good all day. Okay. Phone Take says, throw that blue out BG. Dang, the hate. Still says, look great. Best setup you have used big time, night and day. Yeah, man, that was what I was going for, man, when I got this camera. And I also want to do some vlogging stuff as well. And right now, that camera's the GOAT, man. Just the features. If I wanted to, I could actually, while I'm doing this, view myself on my tablet or my phone or a computer or something like that wirelessly. So it's pretty cool. It says, I skipped work today. Super tired. Oh, man. Hey, man, rest up, man. I understand being tired, bro. But, man, I appreciate you. Even though you're tired, stopping through, man. I appreciate that. All right. So, yeah, man. So, I feel like this is a pretty good background. I'm debating doing like a green screen or something like that. I might do one, but I might end up doing like a little tech news segment, maybe once a week, and have the green screen for that, and maybe kind of have the news behind me, or at least be able to put it up in a corner or something like that. BG says almost good as the M50. Yeah, man. I know you Mr. Canon for life. I want to hear that when you get that Sony in your hands, though. I know that's how it's gonna go. Man, it's so funny this year. Everybody that's anybody has been using the ZV-1 and raving about it. And you got some people that felt a certain type of way about not being able to change the lens out, but for the price and the package and the features, man, it's hard to beat, especially at that price point. I feel like you got to spend like at least 500 more to get something that'll give you the same flexibility but better quality. Phone Tech says need some more contrast, maybe drop the ISO a bit. Yeah, man. So I don't have a cam link yet. So when I get the cam link, I don't know. I'll see what that offers. because right now I streamed on YouTube and on StreamYard, and right now I think StreamYard is doing 720, but but yeah, you have to put it into this USB streaming mode, and basically you have to make all your adjustments before you go into streaming mode. So once you're in streaming mode, you have to turn it off to make any other adjustments to the video. So it's kind of hard to tell. So like if I put this up, it'll focus on that. And it's almost like the ISO is locked because it's just kind of like blown out. But that's just, the autofocus works, but I guess it is what it is with the colors. It's gonna focus on that. Yeah. So I like being able to kind of do that, give you guys a close up of stuff that I'm working on or that I have. But yeah, man, we'll keep working at it, man. Keep improving. Let's see. Trying to get caught up in the comments. See over the technician in the building. What's going on, bro? Appreciate you for coming through. BG says StreamYard. I don't go to 720 unless you got $40 a month. Yeah, you got to pay the extra to get that get the 1080p. I think at some point I'm gonna do like an actual streaming setup where I have like a separate computer with like an encoder on it, and that way I can stream 4K if I want to. But yeah, I just got to see what the requirements are for that. See what type of PC I need. It says at BG you like the M50 MK2 more. I think he gonna say that. I think he gonna say he does. See, over says he's chilling in the building. But yeah, man. Topics I was talking about were the pixels, so it's pixel season, and also next gen gaming, PS5, Series X. It's kind of how we feel about this year's launch. It's been a year compared to previous years. Like I said, for me, this has been probably one of the most meaningful launches because it's so easy to see the difference between last generation and this generation. Between actually having native 4K games, between having 60 frames per second being the baseline. I'm even playing some games at 120. And then just the all around speed, fewer loading times, things like that. And this is just the tip of the iceberg because as developers have more time with these consoles, they develop games, learn new techniques and tricks. But the big thing is going to be when they leave the older stuff behind. So when they start making just next gen games and it's designed from the ground up for the next gen system, I think that's where we'll really see some impressive stuff. Let's see. Oh, we got Mark T in the building. What's going on, man? The fellow COD player, fellow gamer, man. Yeah, man. Are you on? I feel like I believe you on PS5. Let me know if that's right or not, man. We need some Sony back up in here. BG and Aloe in here hating. But yeah, man. Whew. So we got iPhone season kind of wrapped up. It was kind of a dud. Not much to see. I think the winner this year obviously was the iPad Mini. That's been a great size for many people, but it's kind of always been the odd man out. Being small, not having a great display, battery life being a little shaky, using Lightning port. They kind of went through and checked a lot of that stuff off their list. So, it's $500, but it's an iPad, so the support will be there. Probably the biggest overhaul of any of the Apple devices this year. What else we got? Samsung and Fold season. They did their thing. And of course, they're going to keep trying to sprinkle stuff in the headlines to keep them on top. So, you got FE news already about S21 FE. There's a lot of debate about whether there's going to be one, whether there wasn't going to be one or whatever. So, those are all tactics, man. All tactics to stay in the headline. So what we got? So phone text says, we got Big Dog in the building. What's going on? Let me scroll up, man. Y'all been chatting a little bit. Marty said he got both. So having both, man, which one do you prefer? Which one do you find yourself playing on more, and why? So like, do you play on one more just because that's where your homies at, or are there just better games, or you just enjoy the UI or the experience on which one, man? Just drop me a little something in the chat, man. See over says PC Master Race. This also requires a Master card because that PC stuff is out the box this year. Graphics cards costing $1,200-$1,300 just for the card. Y'all can have that, man. Phone text says Mark inconsistent on COD. Shame. Oh, hey man, don't make him drop no footage on you, man. I know he been out there running up a score on people. BG says Series S best gaming bang for your buck. Not by a mile, man. Not by a mile. Only reason I say that is because the Series S is $299, right? And it's not a next gen system. It's not like you're not like the stuff that you're doing on next gen. It does frame rates for the most part, but you're still at a lower resolution, right? You can spend $100 more and get a whole PS5, which is giving you the full next gen experience, plus the benefits of the PS5, from the audio stuff to just having those exclusive games that are going to be blockbusters. Right now, Xbox is hoping and wishing and waiting that something comes out of them studios that Microsoft bought. And so unless you like Halo or racing, you gonna be stuck only playing what comes to everything. Let's see. Scroll back up and get y'all going. It says Big Dog in this piece was good. Phone text says his 3070 setup being used for Roblox and editing now. What a shame. Yeah, that's rough, man. Let's see. It says I almost got an Xbox for 4K streaming, but ended up with the Sony. Was it Ultra Blu-ray player 800? I've gone back and forth about getting a Blu-ray player. Um, I don't know, man. Just for the investment and you're really locked in time, right? If Blu-rays were a lot, if 4K UHD Blu-rays were a lot cheaper, like $5-10 maybe, but like for new stuff, they're like 30. Then you got to actually physically find them. They're not just readily available. It's hard not to go digital, especially with the quality gap getting smaller, and eventually the streaming services will surpass what's on the Blu-ray just because they're shot and rendered at a certain point in time, whereas the streaming services, they're constantly updating. So once we go to 8K, if there's a newer video codec that comes out, so right now we got Dolby Vision as the top dog as far as visuals. Dolby Atmos is the top as far as audio. If I buy a Blu-ray right now that supports those, it'll be great. But in a couple of years, will that still be the best format? And I end up having to buy the Blu-ray over again. Whereas if it's on some streaming service, more than likely they'll upgrade it. Or at least that's what I've seen, that they're more likely to upgrade something to support new features versus them re-releasing something on the Blu-ray with updated features. And that's just kind of my thoughts right now. Let's see. Phone take a word says my kid broke his Stylo 5 charging port again. Makes me want to get a free phone from T-Mobile and put insurance on it. Tired of getting them like phones and them breaking. Yeah, that's the worst, man. Yeah, that's the downside to Unlock Life. You ain't got no payment plans and all that stuff, but then something happened to it, you sweating bullets. Phone text says he cracked 2 TCLs I gave him. BG says once you on PS5, mic stop working. Oh, you talking about that COD? COD is broken, man. That's just what that is. Andrew says, damn. Marty says, I'm torn. I love the experience on PS5 more, but I know more people on Xbox. Yeah, that's always rough, man. That is always rough. But at least you got both. And that's my thing, right? If you have an Xbox and don't have a PS5, like you're clearly missing out. Like you're missing out literally on like the best games of a console generation. Like last generation, easily PlayStation had the best games that have ever come out of console. And to me, that I like to be in that camp. I know people on Xbox too, but for real, I have no reason to buy the box. just because the best games that come out on Xbox are first party games. All those first party games go to Game Pass. You can play Game Pass on PC. So what do I need an Xbox for? I don't know. That's just me. BG says I'm a Forza guy. Okay, so you got so you in the right place then, man. That new Forza looking good, man. PlayStation really needs a competitor to it. The Crew was not it. They released the Crew 2 like last year, and it just doesn't doesn't do Forza just because Forza has that social aspect unlocked, man. In the cars, everything looks good about it. Yeah, it looks good. Stud says back to work. Nice stream. Big hello to the family. Appreciate you, Stud. Always, man. We're going to have to get that cigar channel going, man, for real. Ciova says phone take at work. That's trifling, man. Kids breaking phones, man. My oldest, she good. My youngest, she's already been waging a path of destruction. This says Alan might have to get him a cat phone or old Samsung Active. Yeah, man. The baby says, Carolyn says, hey, little baby. My oldest daughter here with us, watching me stream. Phone tech says, I have a rugged phone, only 8 GB of memory. Yeah, Marty says facts. Yeah, buddy. Man, I appreciate y'all stopping through, man. I was, like I said, I'm running beta software on this laptop, so a little worried about how well it's gonna hold up. But I think it's going pretty good. I do got to figure out something with this contrast though, because to be honest, this is probably an accurate color. Like this wall is really like a really light, kind of pale gray. These right here, they're supposed to be a little bit darker. Like this is supposed to be black. It looks kind of ashy. It's supposed to be black. Table's supposed to be black. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It might be the light or the amount of light or what. I'm not sure. Let me see. Did I miss something? And she texted me saying I'm skipping over her message. I think I read it. Oh yeah, see, I forgot you can do this. Yeah. My daughter says, hey, down there watching daddy. Yeah, you talking about this one? Yeah. I seen that. That's what I'm talking about. That support. My ride or die, cuz. See, BG says PS5 so good. Everybody cash after him $100. Hey man, there ain't enough people in here to get you one with $100. Forza is hard. Yeah, are you talking about difficulty wise, or just like, it's just a good game, man? Because I think, like I say, I'm a PlayStation guy. I had a 360 though. I had a PS3 and a 360, and I ended that generation with no PlayStation and all 360, just because of the online stuff. So when the PS4 and Xbox One dropped, I was ready to go all Xbox. And they started being weird with the hardware. Like when the Xbox One dropped, you had to have a Connect with it, and that cost $100 more. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, you got to be online to play games." It was just weird stuff, man. They were, making it where you couldn't share games and stuff like that. So Microsoft really killed themselves with that launch. PlayStation came out and they were all about games and all about gamers. Every feature they dropped was something game related. So like on the PlayStation, my homie can be playing a new game that I don't have. He can start a screen share and I can watch it, and then he can give me control. I can play the game through his console from my house. Like we ain't got to exchange games or nothing. Like he just hand me the stick virtually and I can just play the game and try it out that way and see how I like it. And it works surprisingly good. So just stuff like that that's really gaming centered. And then you had Microsoft trying to get people to do Skype calls on the Xbox. It was just weird, man. A lot of weirdness. BG Tech Light says it's a good game. it's good gameplay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Forza is fun, man. Whatever type of however intense you want to get on there. I know they have a lot of different configurations and customizations on the cars you can do. BD says Dreamcast was hard AF. Dreamcast was before its time, man. That Dreamcast was something else. Sega just couldn't hold on, man. She says I did. That's old. I don't see no other comment from him. Let's see. It says I need to figure out how to use StreamYard. I got no idea how to stream. Tech Gent make a vid for me to watch. Hey man, that's a good idea. I think it's tech is to me there's a difference between a like tech YouTuber and a tech enthusiast, right? A tech YouTuber, he doing it for the views, so he's strategizing, and if it don't make views, he's not gonna do it. But as a tech enthusiast, you just kind of recording yourself while you enjoy different tech. Um, to me, a way to kind of tell is people to kind of make videos about tech and they're kind of just like, discussing it, just kind of give you their thoughts on it versus like the kind of like super structured review format where it's like, hey, I got this thing. I'm using it for this review, and there you already know it's going back to wherever it came from, like because I'm not that guy, right? So, as far as being a tech enthusiast, I think that's a great idea, man, because you kind of assume that everybody doesn't want to know how you do stuff. But I was talking to Ashley, and she was just kind of reminding me that people like hearing other people's opinion on stuff, just like with the iPhone, man. Nobody has an exclusive on the iPhone, right? The iPhone's out. Regular Joes on the street got the iPhone. So in your head, you think, well, everybody's got one, so why don't I need to make a video on it? At the end of the day, they want to see, my personal opinion or BG or Phone Tech or Ish or whoever. They want to hear our particular take on the device, right? They're not watching it for the iPhone. They're watching it for us just because they rock with us that way. So I gotta remember that. That's a good idea, Ish. Let's see. Dorez Rules 28. Appreciate you for coming through. He said Sega Saturn was before its time. Definitely. I just said that, man. Oh no, I'm talking about Sega Saturn. Yeah, Sega Saturn was advanced too. I think that was the first console that used a disc. So you had, a lot more storage space on there, and uh, visually it was better than anything else at the time too. It says BG Dreamcast had a solid catalog. Yeah, man. Now I wasn't lucky enough to have one. I was lucky enough to have friends that had one, so I got to play occasionally. But yeah, I just remember going from Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and all of that. Dreamcast is another animal, man. They were just trying so much new stuff. Yeah, man, definitely ahead of their time. Uno Nice in the building. Appreciate you coming through, man. Forbes in the building. Another Team 100 member. We had the whole team drop in here, man, except for Rob. I know Rob out there trying to whip forward in the shape, though, so we're going to let him slide. Uno Nice says, Tech gentlemen, good afternoon, everyone. iPhone? Yuck. Leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Can't say the word. I'm not necessarily an iPhone hater, but I know how you feel, man. I feel you. Doria's Rule says, yeah, the price was just high for the Saturn. This Reggie, by the way. Oh, what's up, man? Yeah, man. Another homie, man. Actually, that somebody I know, in real life, in IRL. Those lines get so blurred nowadays, man. But yeah, man, appreciate you for coming through, man. But yeah, man. So, like I said, going forward, I was gonna schedule this for 11:30, but the traffic I'm getting right now at 12:30, from 12:30 to 1:30 is kind of tempting for me to put it at this time. I know 11:30 to 12:30. That's like pretty much your entire lunch break. My goal with that was basically whatever time you went to lunch and had a break, I would kind of be streaming during that time. But it seems like y'all got these good jobs and stuff where you didn't necessarily got to be eating lunch to take a break and tune in. So I might move this back just slightly and give y'all a little time to eat, and then y'all come in, hang out with your boy. It says I have the same problem. I assume people don't care what I have to say, so my content suffers. Yeah, man, that's and for me, I'm gonna kind of over correct on that, man, and I'm gonna start kind of just recording myself in a more like vlog style, just kind of discussing tech and um, me and Ash were talking about just kind of giving people a peek into kind of how I do my um, just kind of how I use my tech, like what ways I find to incorporate it and make my life easier and things go smoother. I do my YouTube tech. I'm not YouTube. I do my smooth tech tips. So that's kind of the beginning of letting you guys know kind of what tricks and things I figured out over the years to help me more, help my devices help me more, basically. Let's see. Where we at? BG Tech Life says NFL 2K. That's a throwback, man. Forbes says Rob was out there building the Ford Lightning trucks. Yeah, man, he out there building them. Seemed like by hand, man. Them boys having issues with them microchips. Yeah, hit that thumbs up. Phone take care of work. Let me go ahead. I need to remember to do this. I need to work on my producing skills. Hit that thumbs up for sure. Do that. Phone Tech says, "What's up, Uno and Forbes?" Forbes says, "What's up, Alan?" Bam Nation. For real, man. Forbes been out here grinding. So Uno says, so my nephew and friend bought Mac Pro laptops, and they say it's the best. I tried to tell them it depends on what's under the hood. They laughed. So to be continued. Yeah, I don't know, man. I will say this as far as laptops and video editing, it's hard to beat a MacBook. It really is. That's just what they do, man. Especially if you're using, I don't know about Adobe Premiere on Mac or anything like that, but I know as far as using it's not iMovie, whatever the video editing program they use on Mac is, it's super smooth on the Mac, man. Super smooth. And now that they're making pretty much the entire device, as far as the chips go, I don't expect that to get better. BG says y'all should do a family channel like CJ. So cool. Like CJ knows tech or the other CJ. Mac will fly in the building says, my boy Blue, what's going on, Mac? Appreciate you for coming through, man. What I said, so I guess I'll pull out my gaming PC, overclock it a little bit, and show them what's the boss, show them who's the boss. Then tell them go sit down. Yeah, man. I think it really depends on what you're doing. For gaming, Windows is just a better platform, just because it has the support. That's what games are being developed on. Is Windows. I mean, it's got its ups and downs. Windows itself is just because it's so flexible. It's not really catered to or designed to work with anything specific. So, your model is going to vary based on the combination of parts you have. So it might be easier to buy just something kind of out the box that's already pre-configured and tested to work together from the OEM. But if you're like, trying to do 100% custom, it definitely it definitely has a lot higher learning curve to picking and choosing the parts for something like that versus, a Mac. I mean, they come like they come, overpriced and everything. But man, so it says I use my phone to edit. So here lately, well, so I guess to let you guys know, I'm using a laptop for this stream just because of Windows, but I have been using Tab S7 Plus as my main computer for the most part. Even editing my videos, I do it on here. So I'm interested to see what the next one, does. They're supposed to have a regular, a plus, and a pro. The pro is supposed to be silly, like 14 plus inch screen, 12 gig of RAM, 888 plus, depending on what time of the year it comes out. It's supposed to be crazy. But let me see. Here, yeah, it's just uses his phone, man. And see, we're coming up on an hour and 22 minutes. So I think I'm gonna get ready to go ahead and wrap this up because my camera battery is about to die. So just so we don't have an abrupt cutoff, go ahead and wrap the stream up properly. I want to shout everybody out who came through. Appreciate y'all for coming through and supporting your boy. Like I said, this stream is going to be every Wednesday right now at 12:30, just because y'all showed out and showed me what time I need to have a stream for real. Read this from Uno Nice. He says i9 2080 RTX 32 gig of RAM. Mac Pro, sit down, can't touch me. Yeah, man, that's a beast, man, especially the i9 for real. And yeah, so like I said, we'll be talking about just kind of more topics in the future, and not just specifically phones and tablets. Oh man, yeah. So that was actually the laptop that crashed on me. So running the beta software on it, I was worried about that. I thought it was gonna hold out, but we'll definitely go ahead and wrap this up. Wednesdays at 12:30. All right, 12:30 p.m. Central Time. Definitely make sure to pub and make sure and give you guys plenty of warning so you guys can come through and hang out with me. But yeah, man. Until next time, I'll talk to you. I have links to my social medias in the description: Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, and Twitter as well. Till next time, I'll talk to you guys. Peace.